Greetings, Judah. DFG here, Gideon's Flight. Hey guys, short message here. Just a reminder. Depending on where you're living in the United States right now, you're probably experiencing some very hostile weather in terms of not only cold and snow, but hail, high winds, etc. And this message is just to remind you just how suddenly, just how quick Yah can take these winds coming out of those wooden boxes that we talked about on our video Saturday night when we were discussing the book of Enoch, and how Yah determines what is going to go over the earth, when it's going to go over the earth, but most importantly, as a message to those of us on the earth. Now, realizing that this weather phenomenon is predominantly sitting right here in the United States, I just want to say that Judah is here. Yes, Judah, you're here. The vast majority of Judah is here. And when Yah sent forth these warnings are to remind you, Judah, us, that he is ever present. And not only is he ever present, but he's telling us, as he told Noah to warn the people in those last evil days, that they needed to be prepared. And the only voice that they would hear was Noah's voice. They weren't going to get, some voice from heaven, some big trumpet, and everybody was going to fall into formation and then all start marching together on that ark. That's not the way that happened. Read the book of Jasher, chapter 6, 7, 8. You'll find out that only a few people went in that ark, but many people were warned to go onto that ark for salvation purposes. But they did not listen. And then once Noah went in there, they tried to come and stampede like they did in D.C., to kick the doors open, and Yah used wild animals to run them off. And those that didn't run off, they became, breakfast, lunch, or dinner for those wild wild beasts. So again, I say to you, this is just a signal, a warning. It'll pass, I'm sure. And I know many of you will say, well, this is not the first time we've had a weather phenomenon. It's not going to be the last time. I don't agree and I don't disagree. I just say, let him who have eyes to see, and let him that have ears to hear, listen. These warnings are there for a reason. Almost as a, preliminary, statement from the Most High to say, look, time is near, time is running out. Where are you? What are you doing? What are you focused on? And have you prepared yourself and your family for the revisitation? Okay? Now, I'm going to read a little bit from the book, and then I'm going to let you get on back to what you're doing. Again, this message is for you, Judah. Revelations, chapter 16. Start reading at verse 17. And the seventh angel poured out his vial into the air. And there came a great voice out of the temple of heaven from the throne saying, it is done. And there was voices and thunders and lightnings. And there was a great earthquake, such as not since men were upon the earth. So mighty an earthquake and so great. And the great city was divided into three parts. And the cities of the nation fell. Great Babel came in remembrance before Yahuwah. Many people will say that's the United States. Many believers, let me say that the right way. Yah has put in the minds and hearts of many messengers that is the United States. And the division going on in the United States, that nation is being split three ways. Red, blue, and then in the middle, Judah. Those of us in our right mind who don't give a dang about, affiliations as far as, I guess what the world would call politics, parties. He goes on to say, and the great city was divided into three parts, and the cities of the nations fell. We see that going on with the economy right now, my brothers and sisters. And the great cities fell, and great Babel came into the remembrance of Yahuwah, to give unto her the cup of wine of her fierceness. In other words, the anger of Yah. In other words, Yah said, I have had enough of this nation. And now I'm going to revisit this nation for all of the wickedness that has been going on in this nation. And to give you a quick little tip of what happened. During the Super Bowl, You may or may not have heard this, but they caught 75 people sex trafficking human beings in Tampa. 75. That didn't make the news because these demons are hiding, just like they hid Robert Kraft. Remember Robert Kraft of the New England Patriots, who was caught in a sex trafficking parlor? You see how easy everybody's forgotten about that? He's gotten away with it, no consequence, and it's just all just kind of disappeared. Sort of like Jeffrey Epstein just somehow or another disappeared. Of course, they said he died. Okay, I digress. But again, if you want to believe, some of these lies that you hear about what happens to some of these vicious, evil demons that somehow or another, they were killed or whatever, then I got some oceanfront property in Arizona, that you need to go and take a quick look at, and I'll give it to you pennies on the dollar. In other words, you need to open up your eyes. You are being massively deceived. But again, that's neither here nor there because the devil, Satan, and his house is not divided, and they will continue to do what they do. But you, Judah, you're not supposed to be walking after the ways of heathens. And Yah, again, is warning us. This holistic day yesterday, how many people were disappointed on so-called Valentine's Day? A day that's supposed to demonstrate love. But if it was truly love, you would have never seen all of the chaos and the many miserable people, even on Facebook. I'm by myself. I love me. Nobody loves me. If you don't have Valentine's Day, don't worry about it. Just crazy, silly foolishness. All to get you off of where you should be. The only love that you should, at the end of the day, be interested in is the agape love of Yah. Because that is the only true love that's going to take you from this life into the next life. But again, I'm saying? I guarantee you more people were focused on that BS than who were focused on what is Yah asking of me today. But again, that's the state of Babel, right? They love the things of this world more than the things of Yah. Let me finish up. And then he says, and every island fled away, and the mountains were not found. And there fell upon men a great hail out of heaven, every stone about the weight of a talent. And men blasphemed Yah because of the plague of the hail. For the plague, therefore, was exceedingly great. And again, you look at this weather phenomenon that's going on right now. Places like Texas, places that typically don't get that kind of weather, even in the wintertime. Places like New Orleans, that doesn't get that weather. But it's coming now. It's here. And again, it is a warning. It is just a warning, a reminder to you, Judah, that it is time to come in alignment. It is time to come back into formation under Yah as a nation. I'm not talking about the United States. I'm talking about as a people, as a nation. And it's time for you to hearken, my sisters and my brothers. It's time for you to listen. And for those of you who haven't done the work that Yah has called you to do, remember the story of the talents. Well, the warning of the talents. He gave some, everyone received something. Some did a lot with theirs, some did nothing. If you're sitting around doing nothing, understand the consequences of that is death. You should be out here now teaching and promoting the word of Yah amongst our people. The heathens are going back into their churches now. Many of you, Judah, are following them back in there. Why do you think they want you back in there? So that those devils, those demons in there, wolves in sheep's clothing, can start inspiring you to go out and get inoculated. That is the only reason. They're going to use these 501c devils who have been paid off, always been paid off, to push a national agenda on the people of Judah to keep you docile. And now they're going to put these men back in place, these women back in place, and these people are going to give you a message that is the right thing to do. Going right along with the wickedness of this world. And some of you are going to fall for it. Like those who did not go into the ark. They were warned. You have been warned. But you're going to go right back in there. You're going to go back in there, many of you. But for those of you who are the elect of Yah, who accept the truth of Yah, who are in the word, who are witnessing for Yah, come out from among them. Stay separate. Don't touch the unclean things. Let them have this world in this wickedness. Yah has something a lot better for you. But you're going to have to show yourself worthy to get that or to receive it. And you need to keep that in mind, my sisters and my brothers. But this weather is just a warning. Probably many more wicked days and great earthquakes. You heard that it is to come. The wise will understand. But as Daniel said, the wicked among us, they're going to continue their wickedness. And at the end of the day, damnation will fall on them. The fierceness of Yah will visit their houses. And once that fierceness comes, there will be no redemption. That's all I got for you. Be safe, be careful, be prayerful, and then walk the talk. Share the message if you think this message is important enough. Otherwise, talk to you soon. Bye now.